especially in digital. So that is why we are here today. We have too many big leaders in the house, let's say in the room, that we want to acknowledge. Too many that are responsible in one way or other. They are responsible in the company. In fact, they have responsibility. That is what I wanted to say. I'm seeing here the big boss among us, that is Gerard Bion. That is the African leaders, DigiU African leaders. We have Rebecca from Ghana. That is Rebecca, Madame Rebecca from Ghana. We also have Mr. Marvelous. That is the national representative of DigiU in Nigeria, that we really welcome. We also have other people like the one in South Africa, Abdulaziz, and too many other people. So we are really welcome. We have Mr. Lawrence, we have Mr. Raphael, all of us, we are welcome. So we are going to, in fact, talk a bit about what happened, first of all, during in fact, some weeks ago. Let's say this week, what happened, because too many people saw a small change in their, let's say, in their back office. So I don't know, I'm going to give the floor to Mr. Marvelous. If he's there, he can just open the mic and say something.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Junior. It's always a wonderful time with you. I really appreciate. Thank you so much for the lavish accolade, because you lavish accolade on us. So and I also want to acknowledge that you are one of the top. If I say after Mr. Gerard, one of the top most experienced leader, one of the big gun as far as DigiU is concerned. And as regarding what to say concerning the DigiU, bonus, as we may like to call it, snapshots, accrual. A lot of people have been able to attain so many huge amounts. I've been hearing testimonies today, several downlines calling and showing appreciation and all that. And I told them, hey, let me explain something to you so that you get it right. DigiU says that the ecosystem, the community, they want to give the community about 10% of the total shares. And that is why from 200 billion, they want to sell 20 billion. But out of these 10%, we realize that only about after the snapshot and everything, the recalculation, only about 4.8 billion is owned by the community. That means 4.8 billion is not 10% of 200 billion. Then 100 billion was bonds. That leaves us with remaining of 100 billion. So, and we have a market valuation of 4 billion. So 4 billion divided by 100 billion gives us 0.04. That is why we are having this current price of 0.04. But then, one thing is more important. If 100 billion is the current total supply, the total community is supposed to have 10% of that. But see, 4.8 is still not 10% of 100 billion. So how do we do that? We know that there will be some other further burnings. Not only that, it's possible that DigiU may even ramp up the total community shares to maybe 5, since 4.8 is approximately 5 billion. You may still receive some further good news, who knows, or even they may decide to increase it more instead of just burning it. So I expect even more and more good news. And that is why I can say that DigiU is a gift that keeps giving. For every activity done on it, there's always a reward for it. And that, I can say, is something unique, very unique to DigiU. So my submission, sir, thank you very much for the opportunity to address the people.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Marvelous. like that, I think that Mr. J had some, let's say, setting some issues. All right. If it's available, you can take.
Are you hearing me?
Okay, yes, of course. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everybody. It is a pleasure to be here. It is always a pleasure since 2019, 2020. We are here every day as God is giving us the strength to share the information and the good news concerning DigiU. So what I can say is that all the people inside the Zoom meeting or maybe in YouTube channel, because we are broadcasting directly in YouTube channel, I have already shared the links in the chat, so you can copy it and send to our various forum. Those who cannot attend the meeting online, they can go through our YouTube channel to watch or maybe rewatch later. What thing I can say, like Marvelous say, DigiU is a gift for Africa. You know, Russian people, Russian community, Russian strategy for the global economy in the world is to give, I can say like that, all the opportunities to African people to be financially free. You know, when we will be not all, but majority financially free. Like we have many billionaires in the United States. We can have more power to speak with own voice to liberate our country. So this is a good opportunity for us. And we know that the distribution of the share or this preliminary distribution of the share, it is a gift. And we need to manage it carefully, very well, so that at the right time, we will use it to liberate our countries for, I don't know what we are going through now in the world. So I invite all people to listen carefully what we will be sharing in this webinar. It is important information. Maybe somebody can catch a good information and use it as well. So you are welcome. Just invite all your leads, all your partners, share the link in all your community. We have a lot of place inside the Zoom, so we are waiting you. Thank you, Mr. Junior.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Gerard. And now like that, you will realize in my screen that this is, let's say, a DigiU account for, and we really need to understand what is going on. Because now like that, this is where my cursor is. You realize that it is the number of shares of the people. For example, when you just get into a DigiU account now, let me just, if I just come, no, okay, in the DigiU account now, you just come to yes, register of shareholders. When you just click on it, then you will have the list of the shareholders. And here there are some information that we need to know. In fact, maybe if you want to have a research about something, for example, if I want to know in let's say a research about, let's say, risk countries, maybe I can come here. Let me take an example of Algeria. Let me come to Algeria. I want to know, let's say, the DigiU partners in Algeria, for example. These are the DigiU partners in Algeria. These are the ID of those people. And you will realize that the total amount of shares in Algeria, you see in DigiU for now, this is 635,000 and something, you see. So then with this, let's say the person in Algeria that has the greatest amount of shares. So this is the person, this is the ID of the person. So that is how maybe we can look, we can make a research about it. It's true, the company has done it maybe to be clear about everything, even though some people, you know that there are some people that are a bit secretive. You say they do not want their information to be known. So, but with this, it is possible maybe to have information about people. For example, if you have someone who's Algeria, you just come here, you copy the ID, the IG of the person. And when you copy the IG of the person, for example, you just come to partner. No, you just come like to transfer funds. If I want to know the person, it's a bit a small training. Let me just come like this. You just come to, oh my God. Okay, like maybe I want to send money to the person. Let's say I want to send money to the person, transfer USDT, you see. And if I come here now and I want to know the name of the person, let me just paste and this is the name of the person. That means with this like that, you are able to know, in fact, the number of shares of DigiU investors. It is true. In fact, it was not the mindset of the company to let's say to bring public everything that was a bit in the secret. But that is the let's say the disadvantage of bringing out this DigiU, let's say DigiU register, the register of shares. So it is like that. That means with every country, you can have the number of investors of people. You can have maybe all over the world where people are there, they are invested, and you can have some information. In fact, you will realize that all over the world, people are investing. It is true here that I realize that it's not just about us here, but almost everywhere in the whole world, people are investing in DigiU. That is wonderful. Now, I want to say that before I get into details, because I know that there are too many people here that may not understand what happened about the distribution of shares, because some of us maybe thought that it was here, or let's say, let me come back here, that it was. Okay, some people thought that it was here that we see maybe the snapshot, the amount, the distribution, and so on. But it was not really, the company did not say that. For example, okay, let me say something here. If I want to know, in fact, some information about this account, you see, about the distribution and so on, let me put, okay, that is it. This is the number of shares that were available for the first snapshot. This is for the second snapshot. This is for the third snapshot, and this is for the fourth snapshot. The company has not said that this is what people is going to receive. The company said that this is what is available for distribution for one account. So some people, maybe when they saw it the first time, they started jubilating, saying that this is what I'm going to receive. But later on, they were a bit surprised when they saw what came, let's say what was added into their account, and they started like some of them started crying. Now let me show a bit let's say page. Let me put it, let me zoom it for us to have a better view. How can I zoom it? Oh, I don't know, because like this it is, but you can zoom it maybe with in your screen. You see, you can just zoom it in your screen. It's a bit difficult here. All right. You will realize that this is how you can know how the distribution was made. For example, if you take the example of the first snapshot, this is the number of shares that was distributed during the first snapshot. The number of shares is 2 billions. 2 billions. And 63% of those 2 billions was distributed for those people that acquired shares during, let's say, from 2019 to 2023. That means 23% of those shares. All those people that acquired shares at this time, in fact, they just took 23% of the distribution and they gave at that time, you see. 80% was given to this period, and let's say 19% was given to this other period. That is just for the first snapshot. That means if, for example, at this period, maybe you were not there, you see, at this period, you were not there, you would just participate to those, let's say, 18% and 90%. So that is what we have to know. And secondly, this is for the second snapshot. The amount of shares that was distributed was about, let's say, 1 billion, you see. 35% came from this period. That means those people that took packages at this period, you see. And 49% was at this period. And now the rest, 16% was at the last period. That means between the 1st June and the 15th June. We need to realize it very well, you see. Now, the last period now, this is for the last period. But for the distribution of the last period, let's say of the third snapshot, it was just 800 million shares, you see. So this is what was, in fact, it was like that it was given, you see, according to those time frame, you see. And even the last time, they also came now to give the priority at the first period. So it was a bit like that it was distributed. Now, if you want to know how they did the calculation, it was just to come there during this time, this period of time. What are the people that acquired shares during this time? When they know that, if, for example, the number of shares acquired time, it is just an example, was 2 billion. They just take 2 billion, 63%. No, let's say on 6 billion. Okay, on 6 billion, how many shares did you acquire? And they take that, the number of shares that you acquire, they calculate now what you were supposed to receive, because they see the proportion you had during this time, and then they multiply now by this 2 billion, that is the number of shares of this, and they give to you. That is for the first snapshot. And you will have, in fact, they calculate it for this, they add with this one, they add with this period, and they give to you just for the first snapshot. They did it for the first, the second, the third, and the fourth snapshot, and they gave to everyone. That means the number we receive was not really the number of shares that we are seeing here. So it is not this number of shares. For example, you will realize that the number of shares that this account had first, plus the first snapshot, the second, the third, and the fourth, in fact, it is not equivalent. This is just like an approximated amount of shares, or let's say number of shares, or let's say I can say a top of shares you can receive in this account for a specific snapshot before having done the calculation. So that is what I want to say first, because some of us, we do not really understand why, or let's say how they did with those calculations. And unfortunately, some of us, we did not participate to some of those snapshots, but in the forums, we are just there like to complain. We are just there like maybe to say that, oh, the company is not just with the way they shared all those things. No, in fact, they gave those information before, and they said that it can change. They gave the percentage where it can change, but they gave the approximated percentage how the calculation will be, let's say, will occur. And those people that really maximize during some periods, they really benefited. But the truth is that nothing is lost, because with DigiU, nothing is lost. The good news is that all of us, we saw the number of shares increase. In fact, the number of our shares just increased for all of us. That is why even though the DigiU exchange decreased, but it will increase again to reach a certain point. That is why it is not a failure, or let's say I can say it is not a waste. So that is the advantage that we have in the ecosystem now. So that is the first thing I wanted to see about the distribution of shares. We need to know it and to realize it very well. It is simple for us to understand. So that is what, first of all, what I wanted to say. before. I don't know if there are some questions here. After that, maybe Mr. Gerard, we have the floor maybe to talk a bit about the reorganization and so on. About what we shared here, I don't know if there are some questions or let's say some misunderstanding. Is there any question or everything is okay? Everything is clear.
I think Mr. Gerard is not. Mr. Gerard is not in the.
Okay. Okay. All right, Mr. Marvelous. Okay, can you bring us, let's say, about the reorganization? Enlighten us.
Okay. About the recalculation or the reorganization. I want to get the.
Yeah.
Is it about the reorganization or about the recalculation, sir?
In fact, what you can say, or maybe you can add something about what I just said.
Okay. Yes. All right. What I'm going to add to that is that you have really spoken well, because when we look at the snapshot, truly snapshot 1 to 4, if we want to add it to what we had before, it's not going to balance. So the right explanation for it is that, in fact, somebody called me and said that the person didn't meet snapshot. It didn't make the 4 snapshots, and it was given some unit of. In fact, the person just bought $10. And for me, most of my downlines, I discourage them from $10 package. It was until those last minutes in August where people were July. Is it July now? Where people were just rushing in and say, let me just buy at least this $10. So one of them got some huge amount of airdrop given, despite the fact that we know that people who purchase $10 package should not have this thing. So now it might be, like I explained, DigiU reward every activity. So it might be, for instance, he actually also referred some people. He did some all the tasks within the DigiU ecosystem, and he also referred people who eventually invested and all that. So he may be getting bonus reward based on that, because there is no tangible explanation for the fact that somebody who is not supposed to get a recalculation bonus is able to get some. And he was very happy about it. And I'm not about to blow his whistle regarding that, but I just said, okay, majorly, this explanation you just gave really explains it. And to some that actually did the recalculation, I mean their bonus, they make the payment and all that, the units you are seeing, if it is not exactly what you got, and at the fact that you still got something and your shares has enlarged, it should be your reason to be happy, because all of us know that recalculation is going to take place, and we were told ahead of time. So if you didn't get more than this, in fact, you are totally to be blamed for it, because we told everyone that when you buy more shares, the more you buy, the more your potential to get more recalculation bonus. So that is that. And regarding the fact that DigiU, has this exchange, decentralized exchange called Eywa.fi. Now, Alexander High came out and said that in about 18 months, DigiU is looking to surpass Binance. And we looked at Binance in this meeting. Binance was around $90.1 billion. Now, DigiU exchange alone is looking to surpass Binance in the next 18 months. Currently, we look at the total unit of shares to be, total market capitalization to be around 4 billion. But if the projection in 18 months is looking to surpass $90 billion, I'm telling you, whatever you're looking at, forget about the quantity. Look at the valuation that the shares per unit share can bring. And don't forget that we have Apato. In fact, Apato now, if you, there'll be a time we will have to also ask the leaders here to also, present about Apato and all that. You will see the values. You will see how people are rushing this real estate. And there is a lottery ongoing. I don't know if you have heard, but majorly all of these offers here and there. Is it Spirit Me? Is it Apato? Is it RWA? Money just keep flowing in from various directions, including the Eywa Dex and multiple other businesses that DigiU is venturing into. And I look at that, I said that, men, if DigiU just have the next 5 years, that's $1 trillion market capital they projected to, according to their roadmap, they can surpass it. They can surpass it. They have all the facilities to do that. So it's really crazy for anyone not to be happy about whatever amount of unit of shares you have now. If you are still paying your installments, look, it's not too late. You can enlarge your package. You don't sit around crying over spilt milk. You can do more by enlarging your package. If you have an installment, but if you don't have, it's not too late. You can still do something. You can put money in RWA Bank, and with that, I used to tell people, if you put, for instance, I know it's not everybody that can afford that, but if someone puts from $10,000, $20,000 in RWA Bank for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or even if it is 6 months, you can do, you'll get 5% of DigiU shares plus 13% of profits. Look at all of these things put together. And if it is 12 months, you get from 16 to 18% and 6% DigiU shares. If it is 2 years or 3 years, that's 24 months or 36 months, you'll be getting like 25%. All of this added to 10% DigiU shares. You will see the huge amount of DigiU bonus that will come to you, plus the fact that your capital comes back to you and your profit in percentage comes back to you. These are, incredible offers. So for me, I just want to encourage you out there. I have some clients who are even willing to, make do with their land, to sell the land and even, invest into RWA. And I'm not joking about this. Why did I say this? Look, it's even scriptural that Jesus said that if a man has found a gold in a land, he will go and sell all he has and come and buy that land. Why? Because he saw that there is a gold there. If you know the value within DigiU, you will understand all of these things that we are talking about. And we're not just saying it as a way to cajole you. Every leader here is bullish. We are really, really hungry for more of DigiU shares. And I know that's why you yourself, you are fighting to have more of the bonus. But why fight if you can't control it? Why not, if you can enlarge your package, why not, really leverage on it? So I encourage us to look within and settle for a position of advantage. There are still many opportunities. And in fact, I even want to say this. There are some people willing to sell their shares, and if you have the means, you can, part with them. We as the leaders in DigiU, it's really dicey for us to say we want to buy people's shares, because you don't want to get your hands stained. They may implicate you or whatsoever. But if you know your earnings, there is a way you can go around it. And if you see someone who doesn't understand value, you can, buy it and let him part away with his own DigiU shares. You just make sure the email is changed and everything. You can acquire more. There are so many ways to acquire more shares. So I encourage us all, look beyond now, see what is coming. Know and understand that even all of the products in DigiU are yet to come. Like, look at computer vision. the big data, the metaverse. Look at all the beautiful things that are yet to come. You look at the robotics. All of these applications are yet to come, and we're already seeing these huge profits. Imagine what is possible. So I encourage us all, and I want to say, just like what Mr. Junior is displaying right now, if he's going to put to us, Mr. Junior, please, 10,000 USDT. 10,000 USDT. Yeah, let's look at 24 months, for instance. 24 months, which is 2 years. So you're going to see, as you can see, please scroll down so that we will see the. Okay, yes, we can see by the right side. Okay, I'm just seeing it now. So by the right side, you can see the percentage in DigiU shares that you're going to get from that. So you can see how huge this is. So we have about, if you put 10,000, you'll be getting about 40,000 DigiU shares given to you. 40,000. And added to the fact that your total cash that you are going to get out after 24 months is $14,400. You know, so you can see that's about 22% and 8% DigiU shares. So let's see 36 months, because according to the CEO, about 70 to 80% of people who put money in RWA, they go for the 36 months because of the huge amount of DigiU shares that they can get there. That is the advantage. So let's look at that 6 months, sir. The 36 months. Mr. Junior, please. Mr. Junior. Mr. Junior. Is Mr. Junior with us? Mr. Junior, I'm saying let's look at that 6 months. Okay, I'm not sure it's with us. Am I on? Am I still on?
You're on. You're very much on. Maybe it's his network.
Yeah. Okay. So okay, while we're waiting for him, you know, I just want to encourage us that, look, what you have now is a gold in your hand. What you have now is something what how do I put it now? What keeping, what valuing. Someone says that, oh, he has a issue, he wants to pay school fees, so he wants to sell his DigiU shares. I said, look, yes, school fee is important, but after school, what do you come back to? Don't let the school mentality just see. If you don't have the DigiU, you will still find a way around paying the school fees. You bought this already. I said, I can help you to sell, but I'm not going to help you. How about that? You go be a man, just go hustle out there. You can get it, because I'm sure they're not going to expel you from school. You are just, with this urge and hungry to sell. I said, it may look like what I'm doing to you is evil, but at the end, you're going to come back and thank me. And people tend to look at the immediate need. They don't look at what is the end result. When you sell, and you sell for nothing, like how much can anyone pay you really for now? If at all they are paying at the value of 0.04, how much compared to what you can get by then? Because now, if at still this stage where DigiU has not gotten to IPO stage, we are seeing the valuation, and we ourselves are very, very happy. I mean, if you still look at your portfolio value, already you are very happy. Now, try to put your mind around what it becomes when you're seeing even $1. And I say to people, why I believe that $1 is the least. Yeah? Why I believe that $1 is the minimum, possible price to launch. Why I believe that is because when you calculate it, DigiU is going to have 10% for the total community and 90% for themselves. And at the moment, that means that we will continue to burn and burn and burn. Do you know how they arrive at 0.04? The current price. The $4 billion market capital divided by 100 billion unit of shares that is available. Out of this 100 billion, only 4.8 belongs to the total community that bought or purchased shares. And that is not up to 10% of 100 billion. That means there will be further burning of this 100 billion until this 4.8 billion that we are holding as a community becomes 10% of the total unit of shares. That means that for that to happen, they will burn the total shares to 50 billion, around 50 billion plus. That tells us that for the value will still, further increase. And even if the market capital is still 4 billion, the value will continue to increase, and not that means like times 2. The value will increase by times 2. Not all. That's not all, because we continue to earn. We remember last time we discussed that on Eywa exchange alone, we recorded about $300 million worth of transaction, out of which, if we estimate that at least about 0.1% of that transaction is the gas fee that Eywa got from the transaction done on its own exchange, then that means we are talking about $300,000 in just 1 month. So by the time you project that, and you project the profit we are making from our part of real estate, you project that of Spirit Me Avatar, you tend to project that of even this share-based stuff, and project that of RWA Bank. Because don't get it twisted. The money coming into DigiU are either going into one investment or the other. They will not leave it, like something that is just idle, not working. You understand? So you can imagine what is possible. And in Indonesia, from what we now have understood, the real estate property there, the minimum possible potential is that it will increase by 10% in a year. So the value of everything keeps increasing. At some point in time, they can even resell. So that tells us of, possible means of income flowing in. If you see an organization that has multiple means of income, you should just be happy you are a part of it. Yes, there is no other way around it. And if that is what we are seeing in that light, I want to put your mind to something. We have a computer vision. If this camera comes out that works with AI, if it comes out, especially if it now has a solar panel, so that you don't have electrical problems and all that. Welcome back, Mr. Junior. You are going to really, really see how massively a lot of people will rush it. DigiU has massive utilities. I mean, massive, especially because of this AI stuff. And that AI aspect of it, they have not even started venturing into it. Remember, and that is the biggest part of their utilities. Because if you look at the biggest stock market in the world right now, we will talk about NVIDIA, which is an AI stock market. And DigiU has not really pulled out that string. By the time this one starts coming out, by the time the metaverse start coming out, I'm telling you, you are in a real project. And we're talking about this RWA Bank. Please, sir, I want to click on 36 months before, so that I round up now. The 36 months, sir. 36 months. 36 months, yes. So when you look at 36 months, if you put $10,000 in 36 months, you get $17,500 plus whooping amount of 75,000 units of DigiU shares. Please, if we say that DigiU launched at $1, if we say that DigiU launched at $1, that means you get $75,000 from DigiU plus the extra 7,500 that comes on top of it. And you lock in for what? 3 months. Now, you 3 years, sorry. That means that if DigiU launch at $1, do you think DigiU will remain at $1 for the space of 3 months when they said that their market projection by 2030 is $1 trillion market capital? It is on their roadmap. You can go and check our PDF. So what am I trying to let you know? Come to think of it, I can say with my full chest that based on my own estimation and what I have just analyzed to us, that if they cut the price of the total unit of shares to 50 billion, so that they can do the proper recalculation and make sure that we own only 10% of it and they own the 90%, then, and if that 4 billion unit of shares keeps increasing, of course, we continue to earn profit on monthly basis. So definitely it will continue to increase. And based on the calculation of Alexander I, that in 18 months, they want to surpass Binance. When that happens, what do you think? If we just use 90 billion of Binance to divide 50 billion, don't you see that we're even surpassing that $1 point? So, and I can tell you that with all this stuff, those units you are having already, you are made. If you have from, let's say, $10,000 upwards, 10,000 units of shares upward, you are already a millionaire as far as Nigerian Naira is concerned. $10,000 is like 16 million Naira. So from there upward, on and on and on, you can continue to have that calculation and see that you're already a big man. So thank you very much, Mr. Junior, for this opportunity to discuss with the people and to really give the calculation in terms of my own perspective towards what is possible. And looking at it, I only use that 50 billion as an example. I don't know, DigiU may decide to, continue burning it even further. I don't know how that works, but I just know that, if we're going to stay at the 10% community and 90% for them, then it will dance surely around that 50 billion total supply. So thank you very much and God bless. We look at, one more thing. We look at even cryptocurrencies. Ethereum, for instance, is about 200 billion unit of token, Ethereum. And one price is still dancing between 2,000 and 4,000, one Ethereum. So if Ethereum can do that, how much more, a project that is even of much utility than Ethereum? If you talk about cryptocurrency, yes, it has many in the WebWise venture. It has wallets, it has, crosschain, it has so many things. And if Eywa has not been, discovered by majority and is still already making $300 million worth of transaction, what will it make after discovery by the crypto world generally? So I just want to encourage us and to inform us that, look, whatever amount you have, if you feel it's too low and you still have your installment, it's not too late. Use the RWA, use the enlargement package, buy your shares wherever you can from people. If you have the opportunity, use whatever you can within those measures and enlarge it. God bless us. Thank you, Mr. Junior.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Marvelous. I am seeing Prince Adams in the hall. I don't know if he has something to say about what is going on in DigiU all those times, or let's say about what is going to come according to his own perspective. Prince Adam, if you can say something.
All right. Merci beaucoup, monsieur. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think what happened a couple of days ago, as much as it wasn't too much of a surprise, it was something that most of us had anticipated. However, it came and blew our mind completely. And it has also, in a way, reanimated our enthusiasm on the fact that we can now pursue this cause and be able to push it to another level. notwithstanding, I have had a couple of people who, after, going through their them, they still find it typical example of $7,000, and he started with $5,000. At that point, he had about 57 shares thereabout. Up again 2,000, and it moved to about 79 thereabout. And during the game, the tax and all that, he was anticipating, if the snapshot is to be carried out, at least talking about 20%, 30%, he end of the day, when this snapshot took place, he did not just get 100,000, no 200,000, no 300,000. And he called me, he said, wait, I don't believe what I'm seeing. I said, sir, that's true. No. How much did I put? I said $7,000. And I'm seeing the value of my shares presently $18,000. So how is the dividend going to be calculated? Is it on the $7,000 I invested or on the 18,000? I said, no, the 18,000 is just telling you the value of your shares as of today. Should you decide to sell it, this is what you will get. But it's going to be calculated on the 450-something thousand shares. And he was like, are you for sure? Are you for real? Is this really going to happen? I said, this is just the beginning. If you will stick with what DigiU has said and is happening, you will definitely get to tell a story. And this is an elderly man, and he started yelling, wow, I am now a millionaire for life. I am now. I say, yes, sir, indeed you are. And I really appreciate you for your patience and believing in people like us to be able to guide you into a right path like this. So that is really encouraging, to see somebody, just for what has just happened. He was really encouraged and enthused about the future, knowing that now he has been able to secure his future. And therefore, DigiU has come at such a time where most of us who probably we at a point lost hope, because some of us who have been investing since 2006 and we're not getting results, for the past 10, almost 15 years. But then all of a sudden, that tenacity, that element of consistency, not to give up, when you have every reason to give up, yet you kept pushing. People laugh at you and say, you don't know what you are doing. Are you not tired? Are you not tired? Can't you think of doing something else? Well, but we kept on. And today, that story is different. And when people begin to see our testimonies, they're like, wow, so how can I be part? But the unfortunate part is that those years we've labored, they cannot go back and be able to catch up with us. They can start from somewhere actually and be able to, gain something, but that gap is so wide that they cannot bridge it. And that is something I feel we have been able to achieve by sticking with DigiU and be able to also speak to other people and encourage them. And the aim is simple, not just we, getting ourselves, creating a generational path, wealth for ourselves, but also helping other people to make the same conscious decision to be able to embark on this journey. And I'm sure this is why we are all.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Prince Adam. I wanted to say something. If you see this screen, you will realize that this is a package of $10,000. In fact, that is being, that is.
We keep moving left and right. And so that is what it is. So thank you very much. And this is my humble opinion and appreciation to what has just happened in the past couple of days. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Prince Adam. As I was saying, that this is a package of $1,000, and just see the number of shares this package is giving, because this package was, let's say, an old package that was taken, abandoned, and after that restored. You see, that is why you are seeing the number of shares that is a bit big according to the let's say, as compared to the amount to be paid, and this was supposed to be paid in 20 months. You see,
I wanted to say
what are you?
I wanted to say so too, because I'm looking at 70,000, and I'm like, for 1,000, is it the recalculation that did this? So, and I'm already seeing 171,000. You see, this DigiU now, the way it is doing in our body, it's like we're going to start kidnapping people with huge amounts. Mr. Junior, starting from you, give me your house address.
No, the truth is that this package was taken before, you see, was taken before, let's say in 2022, if I think, abandoned, and after that restored later on. So that is the advantage. So now like that, my point is this. When you are looking at this amount, you see, this has not been multiplied yet. But now, let's come a bit about one post of DigiU, because I wanted like to, you see where it is highlighted here. Let me just read it. Important, by August 20th, you see, 2024, we will recalculate and allocate shares for active installment plans. The recalculated shares will be added to the last payment in your payment schedule. Allocation was made based on fully purchased shares. Allocation for installment plan included in the snapshot will be completed by August 20th, 2024. What I want to say here is that what we have seen, it is one of the steps that is coming. You see, what is occurring here in DigiU? We are going to see another thing. That means by 20th, today we are the 17th. That means the 20th will be, I think, on Wednesday. That means next Wednesday again, people come in their account. For those people that still have active installment, they are going to see this number boosted, or let's say multiplied again, as we saw it the first time. That is why it is good for us, even for people. In fact, it can be money that can be a limit. But if money is not a limit, it is important for us to increase our. I am telling you the truth, because very soon it will not. And there are some people even that they have not invested in, and now like that they are regretting. You see, I came now here when we were in RWA bank here. This is a way people can still have DigiU shares. You see, you just come here to deposit. You see, you just come to deposit. You see, and here, for example, with $500, you see, this is the number of shares someone can have. Let's say in about let's say 36 months. Let's put 36 months. Yes, look at the number of shares someone can have. You see, that means it is like a package of DigiU that you are taking. You are taking. But you just know that it is in 36 months that you are going to receive it. And now, at this time, 36 months is 3 years old. When we talk about 3 years in DigiU ecosystem, here we are in 2024. That means in 2027, it is what people are going to receive. And now, I was talking with today the responsible of partner in DigiU, you see, of partnership in DigiU, Africa especially. And I was asking a question about the value of DigiU at the entrance of let's say when we are going to enter in the market. In fact, because I was saying that with all those shares like that, in fact, she said that it will be more than, in fact, what their expectation, what they are going to do, in fact, is to do everything for the price of one DigiU shares to be at least $1. That means just imagine that you just save your money presently. And after that, in 2027, this is what you are going to have. First of all, you will receive your money. You will also receive your shares. Just imagine what you are going to have. That means I can say, in fact, people do not still have the possibility to, let's say, buy new DigiU packages. Now, that one is impossible now. But it is possible for people to still be shareholders of DigiU ecosystem. First of all, like this one. The second method is maybe to come even in free shares, bonus shares, because this is something people are neglecting. Just imagine you just follow the social networks like that. It is more than 1,000 shares that you will receive. You see, you come on capital-risque, on Twitter, and in fact, all those things you just come and feel everything there. You see. So it is really, really, really advantageous for us. So that is a bit what I wanted to add. In fact, we have other people in the house. We have Madame Rebecca. I don't know, she has something to say. We have Mr. Lawrence. We also have Mr. Lawrence.
Yes,
we have Madame Rebecca.
Yes, Mr. Junior, I want you to talk about the Eywa. You know, Eywa will be launching. So I want you to really talk about the months and all that. It will also bless the people, you know.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Marvelous.
Okay. You know, I learned from Mr. Gerard that Eywa will be launching. I don't know which specific month you mentioned, but I was hoping that you will also know it. So, you know, when you mentioned that, and I believe that when Eywa launches and people are able to make withdrawal and sell even within this year, that is just one fantastic news again within the DigiU ecosystem, because you just have many products and you have many things that wants to continue to bless you. I remember that we saw some people purchase Eywa, and some even purchase RWA unit shares. Some purchase RWA market shares. So in the units. So all of these things are still there. Don't forget. So these are values you are holding silently, and people do not even understand that. Look, you are already here to just make a lot of profits. I've seen many organizations sell their shares. I've never seen something as innovative as DigiU. So I just want to say that congratulations to everybody, and let's just hope before the year runs out, we're going to have a Christmas bonus from the Eywa team. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Marvelous. I wanted to say that about Eywa. In fact, the company is supposed to go to token generation. TGU INA is supposed to be in September. That means next month. You see, according to the calendar of the company. You see, of Eywa, but we don't know for sure, because it has been about 1 year and a half that they are saying that they are going to launch, and after that they forward the date. They say that they are going to launch, and after that they reprogram it. So that is why we don't know. But if now the calendar is respected at this time, in fact, it's supposed to be next month. That means in September. But now we need to know that our calculation must be done in, let's say, December 2025, because that is the best time we have to know. Why do I say so? You will realize that in June, Alexander I said that in 18 months, our purpose now is to let's say to pass Binance. And 18 months, when you realize at that period, you will realize that it will go to December 2024. Now, when we come back again, you see, last time the CEO, Alexei Oniev, He said that, in fact, by 2000, let's say December 2025, we will be able to pay our dividends, you see, with everything that is going. That means with the vision of the company, you will realize that they are planning too many things, and the end of everything will be in 2025. But now we need to realize that we are on the process, because this year we are going to receive other new DigiU products. We need to be aware of that, because this year, you know that this year we were supposed to receive about 10 products, but we just received, let's say, 2, the launch pad and the wallet. That is the products of this year, because RWA Bank and Marketplace, these are the products of last year. So now like that, we are going to receive other products again. And we just know that we are going to create another lab of energy in DigiU. That is why now all our projection is forward, are forward. So in fact, even if Eywa is not launched next month, just know that everything will be okay. So it is a bit what I wanted to say. In fact, Madam Rebecca, Mr. Raphael, Mr. Lawrence, I don't know if there is something to say. We also have Mr. Abdulaziz.
Me, nothing I say. Good evening.
Good evening.
I think somebody came. Okay. All right. Good evening. This is Ojo Lawrence here. I don't have much to say. You and especially you and Mr. Marvelous, you have really done a very good job to, give a good analysis, as per the current state of things at DigiU. So for me, I would just encourage us the more. One, I'm super excited about how things are panning out. The company is rolling out as they have, planned, and that's also helping me to be able to see how reliable and that they are, so that we are dealing with a real organization that has vision, and they are working towards achieving it. So working based on plan. So it's my joy. So I only just encourage us the more, to do more. If we, for those of us that I believe we should be able to still expand more. Also sell this gospel to our downlines, help them to see what we are seeing, especially some of the things we discuss on this platform, like this, on Saturdays like this, help cascade same to our downlines, so that this will also help us to increase, our earnings, buying more for the future, for us and for our children and our loved ones. So it's going to be just a word of encouragement for others. So I won't take much of our time. Thank you very much. Bless you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Lawrence. I am seeing Mr. Abdulaziz from South Africa. I don't know if he can say something.
Good evening, Mr. Junior. Mr. Marvelous, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, actually, I'm very excited. Anytime I see Mr. Marvelous say something, when it comes to this DigiU, it always make me feel happy and feel comfortable. And when he's saying it, I feel so excited. Yes, somebody says something that he know about. And I remember I was on the group when I see somebody was talking about selling shares, and they need money, and they want to use the money to do some other investment. Then I asked myself, and I remember Mr. Marvelous was explaining to that person, why will you sell your share where we are going to IPO? And I remember something that where I was discussing with Mr. Gerald. Mr. Gerald, he was showing me something about the back office. And what he was showing me, I realized that DigiU is a platform that You don't need to take your money out to anywhere. It's a platform that even when you have other investment outside, you can be able to get that investment, get money from there, bring that money to DigiU. Talking about ROW Bank, where you can put money, talking about real estate, Apato, Binaries, those places, a place where you can put money, and you just see that those money grow. Then when I was listed, I said, maybe some of our guidelines, they don't know those things. Even when you try to explain to them, they don't go to the back office and see that DigiU is a platform that is big, huge, that which you can be able to sit down and check that any money you get outside, that is the place where you can be able to put it. You can put the money there, the money grew for you, then you withdraw it, you live your life there. Everything is there, which I see many people didn't know. And for me, I try to know more because I always try to speak with Mr. Gerard. And they say, I want to know more about DigiU. And they have that time for me. He showed me a lot of things about DigiU. We can spend more than 1 hour talking about DigiU. That will give me more interest. I know more about DigiU as I'm talking to you, which I sure I can be able to explain to my dialogue here in South Africa. The second one again is that I was looking at the registration holder share, people that have shares. I was thinking South Africa, they don't have anything. They are not have any interest about DigiU. They don't even know anything about DigiU. But when I go to South Africa, I see there are people who have 1.7 million shares. A lot of people here in South Africa, they have a lot of shares there, which even we don't even know. Then I started showing some of my friends here. So you can see, we are behind. This is something that people already know. Even me and you, we are here, we didn't know. And they already invested, they're just quiet. And there he started have more interest. I remember he started buy that time, he buy, because already buy for himself, register some of the family. The same thing with a friend of mine, Jamie. I was explaining to him about DigiU. Then he went to where you can check the country by country. He went to Jamie. And I was telling this, my friend, that DigiU is not all over the world. When he went to the Jamie, he saw the people that registered by sharing in Jamie. He opened his, he said, wow, we are praying here. We don't know that this thing is growing everywhere. Then this guy started the same thing. He had more interest telling people about DigiU. Well, it's something that for me, DigiU, for me to be part of DigiU, I'm so very happy that where I am today about DigiU. And I will keep telling people about DigiU the way I fit. I can tell them. Once again, Mr. Marvelous, Mr. Gerard, Mr. Junior, Rebecca, anytime I listen to you guys' presentation, and I feel so, it gave me more courage for me to talk about DigiU. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate your voice, and we like to hear more of you, more from you, sir. Going forward, we'll be engaging you actively. Thank you for being a part of the big ecosystem.
Thank you very much, Mr.
I was surprised when I came to South Africa last time, and I saw that we had investors in South Africa like that. You know, I don't know why sometimes some people have the information, but they hide it. There are some big investors in South Africa, but they just close their mouth. I don't know how they discover maybe the opportunity and so on. But after that, they just close their mouth and they are just like that. So, but we have too many. You see, when you look at this list, there are some people that participated to all the snapshots. You see, almost all the snapshots. Look at this. Look at the number. But there are many, even though sometimes we may not know them. Okay. Before some other people, I don't really know if except Nigeria, Cameroun, Ghana, and South Africa, if there is another person of another country that is here. I don't really know that is doing in this forum, except Cameroun, Nigeria, Ghana, and South Africa. There another person? Okay, maybe we. Yes, go ahead, Martelos.
Yeah, I think Mr. Abdulaziz is he in Nigeria? I know he's in Nigeria,
No,
but is he in Nigeria?
Yes.
I
but
think he
he's
said he's in South Africa.
I'm
yes.
from Nigeria. I based in South Africa more than 50 years now.
Yes,
My wife
so
is in
sir.
South Africa.
Wow. So, sir, I want to actually really say this. You see, we are looking to enlarge our meeting as the Anglophone speakers in Africa. You see, I want to say this, not to to spite anyone, but I just want to say that we envy the francophone speakers, because when you look at them, they are more like they are complete. You have the Togo, the Ivory Coast, the Cameroon, the Benin. So they are working like brothers because they speak the same language. We are just Nigeria and Ghana. So we're happy to see you representing South Africa. But then through you, we crave to have more South African presence so that we will have more enlarged community. In fact, we are looking to have Kenya, South Africa, and every other Anglophone speakers English speakers within the African community, so that we can show our Francophone colleagues that, see, you cannot be just be gallivanting all around and all around. We are now complete too. So please, sir, with your help, we'll crave your support in that regard. Thank you, sir.
I was speaking with Mr. Gerald regarding about the meeting each other in South Africa, and when I was looking at the co-owner in South Africa, I tell you the only way we can be able to get those people is maybe I can get their contact, which is it's not gonna be easy for me. And like me, I'm here in Johannesburg. Maybe some of them are in Cape Town, some of them are in Durban, in KwaZulu-Natal, some of them are different progress. You understand? And but the main important is that if I get some of their contacts, I can just send them their message. I explain myself to them, introduce myself to them, who I am, and where I am in the DigiU. Maybe they can list it, something like that. We can take it from there. The most important is to get their contact. Like when I go to the way Mr. Junior was explaining, take that number, the partner code number. When I put it for where you are transferring, the name that came by is Temba. That guy is a black startup. When I see the name, I say this is somebody I can be able. I see a lot of them. Their name, they are South Africa. You understand? There may be people like that. I can be able to speak to them. Then I think we can take it from there.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. We're counting on you, and we'll also be looking to have the Kenyans and other, francophone speakers. I want to really boast in front of Mr. Junior that, see, we now have our people too. You understand? So, Mr. Junior, please, I hope you are not listening.
I think, in fact, it is a good idea, and this is also our, let's say, our goal. You see, to have like the Anglophone team of all the country being united. You realize that in Francophone team is a bit like, it's already like that, but in Anglophone team is a bit difficult. In fact, I even got to some contacts. In fact, I tried to contact some people, let's say from Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. From here, and I got their contact because I sent their contact to Anna, that is the responsible of partnership in Africa, and I got their contact. I talk with them, you see, but the response is not really the one expected because there are too many people in their country and they are investing, you see, and they are not even aware of our meetings. So that is what is the most difficult thing. And the real thing is that now, like that, when we have our, let's say this webinar, we try like to send the mails. I send the various countries, you see. That means if you realize this morning you receive a mail from this webinar, But too many people, they are there, they are investors, they are co-owner of DigiU, but they don't come to our meetings. Maybe let's try like to get in contact with them and to unite people like that. Because if it is like that, I think we are going to have like a wonderful community in Anglophone Africa. You will realize that we have more people in Anglophone Africa than in Francophone Africa. Because when you look at maybe all those countries in the east and even in the south like that, there are many. But now we have like a difficulty to join them. In fact, let's a bit work together about it, and we think that maybe in the future everything will be okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm just appreciating what you said. I think it's a great insight.
Okay, if there is nothing, no question, no contribution again, I think we are going to end the meeting.
Hello. Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Charles. I'm a Nigerian, and I've been listening to what we have said. What a wonderful presentation. Junior, Marvelous, Gerard, everybody who has said something, I appreciate you. Actually, like I said earlier, I started investing in DigiU 2019 and 2020 rather. The experience I had, I wouldn't want any other person to experience it, because I had an opportunity to amass a lot of shares, but because I have little or no idea about what DigiU stands for, I just invested a little token. Later on in my life, that was precisely last year when the CEO came. I was opportune to be aware. Then I came to the meeting. From then, that is where I aroused my interest. Thanks to the wordings from Mr. Marvelous. Because since 2020, when I knew DigiU, that was the same time I found solar. So I invested my effort, time, money on solar to make it stand in Nigeria. Today, solar is standing. So when I realized what DigiU is all about, then I began to reinvest my money in DigiU. And I'm proud to have the quantity of shares that I have now, even though it's not where I want to be, but I'm happy. Now we are talking about the market cap of DigiU. Currently, it's about $4 billion. And we are hoping that in the future, DigiU, when listening to IPO, might go from $1 to $10 to $20 or more. Well, we are all excited about that group. But what if I remind us that most of our forefathers and our fathers today who are rich today can never say that real estate was neglected. So what I'm trying to prove here is that the contribution of real estate, which is our part to DigiU, capital base, is certain. It's a kind of mind blowing. Why am I saying this? When we look at the slide that was given to us, they say that real estate tokenization stands at a whopping sum of $397 trillion. But today, only $3 billion has been taken out from it, from only 3 companies, whose names are Lofty, Reals, and Equito. Now we have Apato to fill the gap. So most of these companies started from 2018. Apato is now starting from 2024. We have made about 3 or 4 sales, and look at where we are standing. So I'm encouraging us, while we are talking about DigiU, thank God that the sale of shares in DigiU have ended. Let's refocus our attention on Apato. Apato is the real thing. We are going to make fortune out of Apato. Please, let's concentrate on Apato. And as we invest in it, as we market it, I know that the sky will not only be our limit, but our starting point. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shima. I want to officially apologize. I think I'm the person who ought to even introduce Mr. Mr. Shima to us. So Mr. Shima here is the marketer in Nigeria representing Apato. You know, he is an embodiment of Apato. Anytime he speaks, you hear him talk about Apato. In fact, if I want to learn anything, I go to him as far as Apato is concerned. It's Apato himself. And I'm happy because we have these giant people representing a giant project like this. And I want to encourage us all, please, let's work with him as well. In fact, I can tell you, even in DigiU, if you see he's saying that he started pushing it late, but if you see the amount of sales he made, even at that late hour, you will know that this is not a small leader. So I want to officially introduce to us. So welcome, Mr. Shima. We call him Mr. Shima Shouts. So anyone you want to call him there, Mr. Shout, Mr. Shima. You know, I like to say Mr. Shima because I don't want us to mix it with the former Mr. Shouts, because so that we can understand that this is a different person. So we can just say Mr. Shima. So thank you very much for that wonderful speech. And I submit to you, Mr. Junior.
Okay, thank you very much,
Much.
Mr. Shima. I hope that we are going to have, in fact, you will be a good help for us, for the whole community. It is good to have people like that among us. Okay. I don't know if there is anything again before we close. Okay. If there is nothing again, then we can. Yes.
Is Abdulaziz.
Okay, maybe I think it was a mistake. All right. So I can just say that, in fact, it was a good time. Yes, I'm seeing your hand up, Mr. Rafael. Yes.
Thank you, sir, and thank you everyone for the meeting so far. What I just want to mention is about the Apato. Though we mentioned it in the training yesterday, however, it's necessary that if the Apato platform can enable leaders to see their downline and team member, like we have in DigiU, will go a long way. So let's follow up with that so that we can have it to make the system more robust for us. Thank you very much.
Yes, Mr. Raphael. Yes.
Mr. Marvelous, I have a question.
Okay.
Regarding to KYC.
Okay.
I register a company under my name and my company. And when I want to do the KYC, what is the necessary document I need?
Okay. Thank you very much for that. I'll take that as the first question. Then I'll react to the question about Apato. So let me say that for the KYC, since you invested as an individual, you don't need to use any of your company's documents for the KYC. Rather, you need informations like, number one, if you're using your international passports, and depending on the nationality you claimed on DigiU, you know, there are people who are multinational and they may decide to claim any nation of their choice. So depending on which one you claim, you want to use passports that identifies you as a candidate of such a country. And also you want to use a utility bill that's also testified to your claim, apart from your international passports. So if you're not having international passport, you can use driver's license, or you can use your identity card that is issued by your country, the government of your country. Like for instance, in Nigeria, we have the NIN. So in other countries, I don't know, they may have other identity cards. So you can use any of that in place, but it will be more faster to use the likes of, and please, the KYC is in 3 steps. You will see the box 1, box 2, and box 3. These boxes, there is an explanation beside it if you are using laptop. But if you are using a phone, the first 3 boxes, scroll past them and go underneath. You will see the explanation of the first 3 boxes also in numerical order, like 1, 2, and 3. So you will notice that the explanation of 1 is the first explanation, then followed by the second, and then the third. So these 3 key things you have to do is to put your identity card. Apart from that, you need to do a snapshot. And this snapshot, you have to hold your identity card, maybe a passport or your NIN or what have you. When you now hold it, you hold it on a paper. And on that paper, you write DigiU in capital letter. And also you write your dates. That's the date at which you're, putting doing the KYC. So like if it is today, for instance, I think today is 17th. So 17th of August, that's 1708, 2024. So you write the date, you write DigiU, and then you also sign. You will see all of these things as information beside the box 1 if you are using a laptop, or beneath it, beneath the 3 boxes, you will see all of this guidance. So you'll be able to follow step 1, step 2, step 3 in that order. Once you're able to do it the right way, in fact, your KYC will be passed. But if you miss all this information, or perhaps the document you are using is not clear enough, you will see it that it is under processing for a long time, and later on it is reversed back to you as though you have not even done the KYC before. These are the problems that people keep encountering. And I say to a lot of Nigerians that if you have international passports, in fact, it will suffice rather than the NIN. But if you can't help it, if you don't have the international passport, you don't have the driver's license, you can then go ahead with the NIN, use that one, and make sure it is the printed copy. If you don't have the printed copy, you can chat me up if you're a Nigerian, but only using Nigerian identity stuff. What you are going to do is that there is an NIMC app you can download, and I can guide you, provided you have your NIN number already. I'll guide you through all the steps. You download it yourself.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. I don't really know if there is another thing to say, because we are going to close.
Yes, I want to answer Raphael. The question he asked concerning the Apato, you see, that question has been answered the last time. You can see your level 1, level 2, and level 3 partners on the Apato distance site when you click on partner. But then email and phone number will be added, later, subsequently, but not now. They are working on it as discussed the last time. So thank you very much.
Please, a question, please. Can I ask a question?
All right. Hello.
Yeah, please. I want to confirm because in our last Apato meeting, they say we should choose a schedule for presentation for Apato 2 days in a week. So I want to ask if I can maintain this Saturday for this timing on Saturday for Apato presentation. Even though we are going to have DigiU's presentation, we can attach Apato to it so that it can flow within the weekend, because on a work day might be too challenging for me and everybody. So I'm looking at choosing Saturday and Sunday for the presentation. I don't know if it's okay for us.
Okay, for that, I think you see, it might actually be a clash, because if you're doing the presentation, you want it to be Apato alone, and this is your own thing, is your own presentation particularly. Yeah. So, and you are the one anchoring it. You are the anchor, you are the director, you are everything of that presentation. So it's best you handle it on your own timing. But I would advise, don't let it clash with this one, because it will a conflict of interest will set in. You understand? So
Okay.
we want to really focus on DigiU as a whole, rather than the Apato as just a part of it. So thank you, sir.
All right.
Good evening, all. Good evening, all.
Yeah,
hello.
Welcome, the lady in the house, the second lady in the house.
Good evening, my able leaders.
Welcome.
Good evening, everyone.
And
all right, thank you, sir.
You know, a highly dignified doctor in Nigeria. We must, give you the proper accolade.
Thanks for the compliment. God bless you, sir. God bless you, my able leader. I wouldn't want to take much of our time. I just want to really thank those who are present in today's meeting, and also encourage those who has not keyed into DigiU ecosystem. I just want to let our listener to know that DigiU is a very big company, it's a very big ecosystem. So if you've not found yourself queued in place, try and do so. You know, at first now it look as if we are playing, we are joking. By the time we run DigiU from now to 5 years, people who did not find themselves into the ecosystem, they begin to regret about it. You know, the beginning of every investment is not always easy. But thank God, people can see where we are going to. Where we are going to is very, very visible. There's nothing to hide about in DigiU. Okay. I also want to encourage those who don't understand what Apato is all about. Though for now you may not really understand it, but thank God for Mr. Shima, right? I think his name is Mr. Shima, who is going to put us through throw more light about Apato so that people can open their eyes. They should invest early in an what is it called? Apato, you know. It will help us to achieve a lot in life, and it will be an eye opener too for us. You know, when we queue in a program like this, we don't just come into a program and relax. We come to learn. We learn it. We have an exposure, you know, to even start off our own private business. By the time he begins his lecture, expose us more about real estate and all the rest, our eyes will get open. So I just want to encourage us to key into the program. And also, I just want to support what he just pleaded for right now. Mr. Marvelous, please, if it will be possible, after the DigiU meeting, he can come in. Okay. He can come in after the meeting. So I don't know how you see to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I in fact cannot direct him on. He's the director. Like I said, it is his sole responsibility to determine whatever is best for him. I'm just trying to advise that if it will, because after he does the presentation, he will also revert back or report back. So if it will work for him, I mean, why not? But it's just all about his own decision towards it.
Noted, Marvelous, noted.
I feel that will be better for him. Okay.
All right.
I will call him Marvelous. We'll stretch it out, please. We'll sort it out.
All right then. So, Mr. Junior, the last speaker, Dr. Selin, she's one of the representatives in Nigeria, one of the latest representatives. I assure you, she's fire. She's also a bomb. She's one of the very big marketer we have here, very big leader as well. She has been in this game for a long time also. And she joined DigiU. The few times she joined, I mean, the very few months she joined, it was fire. The whole of East knew that DigiU is actually in Nigeria through activities. So I really, really want to give honor to whom honor is due, and to say that, Mr. Junior, thank you very much for this, for anchoring this, for your time and every effort. I want to regard every notable leader within the house who have made our time to make this possible. Thank you, and we hope to see you next time. And by Saturday, I can tell you more news is going to drop. And concerning the Eywa stuff that Mr. Junior said, we will also dig more, hold more meeting, and we promise you that fresh news is coming up. By God's grace, I want to also believe that this is not the last of airdrop we are getting from DigiU. Expect more. You can take that from me, but I won't say further on that, but expect more. Thank you very much, everyone. So let's put an end to the Zoom meeting. Thank you. I think I'm the host now, so I'll just end the meeting now. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah. Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night.
Yeah. Good night, everyone. Good night. And I see you, Madam Ukoma. My regard. I'm just seeing you right now. My regard. All right then.